To make this plushie, materials you're going to need are 9mm safety eyes, size 5 chenille yarn in blue color and also in pink, I forget to mention in the video, 5mm crochet hook, scissor, stitch marker and stuffing. These are the crochet abbreviations. Now to begin ahead, we're going to start off by making magic ring. For chenille yarn, I like to use 2 chain method for my magic ring. So start off by making a slip knot and chain 2, 1 and 2. Now we're going to use our first chain as magic ring. So for round 1, we'll be doing 8 single crochet in magic ring. Okay, now we completed our round 1. For round 2, we're going to be making 1 single crochet and an increase stitch. So make 1 single crochet into the next stitch. This is the first stitch of our round 2. We're going to mark our first stitch with stitch marker. Into the next stitch, make an increase stitch. To make an increase, make 2 single crochet into the same stitch. So this is our first stitch, and into the same stitch make another single crochet. So this is the pattern we're going to repeat for the whole round, and we'll end up with 12 stitches in total. Okay, we'll complete our round 2. Now remove your stitch marker and begin round 3. For round 3, we're gonna make 1 single crochet and an increase. So I'm making our first single crochet. Now mark your first stitch with stitch marker. So we already made our first single crochet. Now into the next stitch, make an increase stitch. So 1. Into the same stitch, make another single crochet. So this is our increase stitch. Now repeat this pattern for 5 more times, and you'll end up with 18 stitches in total. Now we completed our round 3. Now for round 4, we're gonna make 2 single crochet and an increase stitch. So this is our first stitch of round 4. Place a stitch marker. So we already make our first single crochet. Now into the next stitch, make second single crochet. Now into the third stitch, make an increase stitch. So this is going to be the pattern for our round 4. So into the next stitch, make 1 single crochet. Into the next, make another single crochet. Into the third stitch, make an increase stitch. So this is the pattern for round 4. So we're gonna repeat this pattern for 6 times in total, and you will end up with 24 stitches at the end. Okay, so round 4 is completed. Now to begin round 5, remove your stitch marker, make a first single crochet and place your stitch marker back into the first stitch. Now from round 5 to 8, we're gonna make 1 single crochet into each stitch around. So just make 1 single crochet into each stitch for next 4 rounds. And you'll end up with 24 single crochet in total for each round. Okay, so we completed till round 8. Now for round 9, we're gonna make 2 single crochet and a decrease stitch. So remove your stitch marker Now make one single crochet and put your marker back into your first stitch. So we already make our first stitch. Now into the next stitch make another single crochet. So this is our second single crochet. Now into the third stitch make a decrease stitch. So to make a decrease, insert your hook into the next stitch, pull up a loop, then insert your hook again into the next stitch, and then pull up a loop. And when you have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. So this is how we make a decrease stitch. I'm going to show you one more time. So 2 single crochet and decrease, make 1 single crochet into the next stitch, another single crochet into the next, and a decrease stitch. So insert your hook into the next stitch, pull up a loop, insert hook into the next stitch and pull up a loop. And when you have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. So this is the pattern we're going to be using for round 9. 2 single crochet and then decrease. We're going to repeat this pattern for the total of 6 times and you will end up with 18 single crochet at the end. Okay, now we completed our round 9. For round 10 we're gonna make 1 single crochet and then decrease stitch. So this is our first single crochet, mark with your stitch marker. So here we already make our first single crochet. Now into the next 2 stitches we're gonna make a decrease stitch. So insert your hook, pull up a loop, insert your hook into the next stitch, pull up another loop, and when you have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. So this is the pattern we're gonna be repeating for round 10. 1 single crochet and a decrease stitch. We're gonna repeat this pattern for a total of 6 times and you will end up with 12 single crochet at the end. Okay, so now we completed our elephant head. So this is how your head is gonna look like. Now cut your yarn and fasten off. Let's move on to legs. Now we're gonna start off by making a slip knot and chain 2. So this is basically our fake magic ring. 1 and 2. Now into the first chain we're gonna make 6 single crochet. Now for round 2 we're gonna make 6 increases. Just make 2 single crochet into each stitch for 6 times and you will end up with 12 stitches in the end. Now for round 3 and round 4 we're just gonna make 1 single crochet into each stitch around and we'll end up with 12 single crochet in total for each round. Okay, we completed our first leg. Now just cut the yarn and fasten off by pulling through. Now we're going to crochet another leg identical to this one, but not going to finish off on the second leg as we'll use it to crochet the body into the leg. So make one more leg, but Now we're going to grab our first leg that we made. So insert your hook into any stitch of leg 1 and start making 6 single crochet. And always remember to mark your first stitch with stitch marker. Okay, so this is our first single crochet. Now continue making 5 more single crochet. So this is 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now into the next stitch, make an increase stitch. So just make 2 single crochet into the same stitch, 1, and into the same stitch make another single crochet. So this is our increase stitch. After that, start making 5 single crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now continue making 5 single crochet into the second leg. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now into the next stitch, make an increase stitch. So just make 2 single crochet into the same stitch. Now make 6 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So we completed our round 5 and you'll end up with 26 stitches in total. For round 6 and round 7, we're just gonna make 1 single crochet into each stitch and you'll end up with 26 single crochet for each round. Okay, so we completed our round 7. Now for round 8, we're gonna start by making 6 single crochet. So this is our first single crochet. Mark with a stitch marker and make second single crochet, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now we're gonna make a decrease. After that, make 10 single crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. After that, make 1 decrease stitch. And 6 single crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now for round 9, we're gonna make 2 single crochet and a decrease stitch for 6 times. Just make 1 marker stitch with stitch marker, second single crochet, and into the next 2 stitches make a decrease stitch. Now we're just gonna repeat this pattern for 5 more times and you'll end up with 18 single crochet in total. Now for round 10, we're gonna make 1 single crochet and a decrease stitch for 6 times. So this is our first single crochet, marker stitch with stitch marker and make 1 decrease stitch. Now repeat this pattern for 5 more times and you'll end up with 12 stitches in total. Okay, now our body is complete. This is how our body looks like. Now leave a long tail for sewing. Cut the yarn and just fasten off by pulling through. For arms, we're gonna start off by making slip knot and chain 2. So this is basically our magic ring. 1 and 2. Now for round 1, make 6 single crochet into the chain 1. Now for round 2 to round 4, we're just gonna make 1 single crochet into each stitch, round, and you'll end up with 6 single crochet into each round. So after completing round 4, we're gonna make 2 slip stitch across both edges. So just insert your hook through both edges like this, pull up a loop and pull through this loop. So this is our first slip stitch. Now we're gonna repeat this one more time. Insert your hook through both edges and pull up a loop and pull through this loop. Now leave a long tail for sewing and cut the yarn and pull through to fasten off. Make 2 of them. Now let's move on to trunk. We're gonna start off by making a slip knot and chain 2. And into the first chain, make 4 single crochet. Now for round 2 and round 3, we're just gonna repeat 1 single crochet into each stitch and you'll end up with 4 single crochet in total for each round. Now for round 4 we're gonna make 2 single crochet. So this is our first single crochet. Mark your first stitch with stitch marker. Now make second single crochet. Into the next stitch make an increase stitch. So just make 2 single crochet into the same stitch. Now into the last stitch make 1 single crochet and you'll end up with 5 stitches in total. To begin round 5, remove your stitch marker and make 2 single crochet. This is our first single crochet. Mark your first stitch with stitch marker. Now into the next stitch make second single crochet. Now for the next 2 stitches make an increase stitch. So this is our first increase. Now into the next stitch make another increase. After that we're gonna make 1 single crochet into the last stitch. After round 5 remove your stitch marker and make 3 single crochet across both edges. So insert your hook through both loops like this. Pull up a loop and make a single crochet. Now repeat this 2 more times. Insert your hook through both edges, pull up the yarn and make single crochet. Now repeat this one last time through both edges and make third single crochet. Okay, so this is how our trunk looks like. Now leave a long tail for sewing and cut the yarn and pull through to fasten off. Now to begin our ears, take the pink chenille yarn and make slip knot and chain 2. For round 1 make 5 single crochet into chain 1. After completing round 1, make chain 1, turn your work, and for round 2 just make 5 increases. So make 2 single crochet into each stitch and you'll end up with 10 stitches in total. Okay, now before completing the last stitch of round 2, grab your blue yarn and slide it through those 2 loops and chain 1. This is how we change our color to blue. Now turn your work, and for round 3 we're just gonna make 1 single crochet and into the next stitch an increase. So this is a pattern for round 3. 1 single crochet and an increase stitch. Repeat this for 5 times in total and you'll have 15 stitches in the end. Now for round 4 we're gonna start by making chain 1. Turn your work and just make 1 single crochet into each stitch and you'll end up with 15 stitches in total. Okay, now after completing round 4, make 1 single crochet into the gap between round 3 and round 4. So make 1 single crochet and into the next gap make another single crochet, and into the magic ring we're gonna make our third single crochet. And after that make slip stitch into the magic ring. Now let's assemble all the pieces together. We're gonna need 9 safety eyes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So insert your eyes between round 5 and 6, 6 stitches apart from each other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Attach your another eye right here. Now let's stuff his head firmly with fiber fill. Now start stuffing his body firmly. After stuffing both head and body, let's start sewing these both together. Make sure your eyes are aligned with the both legs. Now take the arms and sew on the both sides, right below the eyes. To sew the trunk, we're gonna keep this bumpy side in front, like this. Now sew your trunk between round 7 and round 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So sew between these two rounds. Place your trunk right above the round 7 and 8 and start sewing. After that, take your yarn between round 5 and round 6, right between our eyes, and just start sewing the trunk from there. Now we're gonna take our ears and sew to the both side like this. Now take the ears and sew right above the arms, 2 stitches apart from the eyes. Now if you want to give some detail to our little elephant, you can border eyelid or eyebrows if you want, and you can also add blush to enhance his cuteness as well. So if you want to do it, just follow the pattern I'm doing in the video. I'm not good at explaining these kind of embroidery, so just look at these and understand on your own, guys, please. I'm not good at explaining. And if you guys watch this tutorial till end and make one for yours, I really appreciate you guys, and thank you so much for watching and supporting me.